Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of Infinitode 2. So welcome to another tutorial guide series episode. And today we're gonna take a look at cores. What they are, how you can use them, how they work, and then especially how you can obtain them, how you can farm them, and how you can most efficiently use them. So cores are something that you unlock very late in the game, from level 5.5 onwards. Each level after 5.5, so 5.6, 7, 8, the two bonus levels, Rumble, Depth doesn't have any core, but Rumble does, and the 4 levels on stage 6 are all gonna have a core. Sometimes it's gonna be a core that it's common to the game. So for example, is a core that you also can obtain yourself and you can use in your custom maps. Sometimes instead it's gonna be a core that's gonna be specific to a certain level. So you can only have and use the particular core if you're playing on that level. For example, the core in level 5.6, this one right here. So yeah, I think that like on level 5.5, 5.7 and 5.8 you find the 3 main type of cores increasing in rarity. So on 5.5 you find the very rare core called Alpha, so the Alpha core. And on 5.7 you find the epic core called Delta, so the Delta core. And then on 5.8 you find the legendary one, so the Zeta core. So those are going to be the 3 main type of cores that are also the ones that you can obtain when you complete quests, when you obtain blueprints, when you get loot, when you open chests. Cores can be obtained as any other item in the game through looting, through opening chests, through quests, and so on. And you can see that, of course, the legendary cores are going to have more upgrade points inside. And of course, that means that you can get more stuff. And now the upgrades that you actually do have are going to have different effects. Like they're going to give you some additional benefits and bonuses other than the ones that you already get from like research. And so they can boost your towers, they can make them even stronger. Now cores work as miners. So like as you start the game, they're going to be always generating a certain amount of experience. And once they reach the maximum experience for that level, they're going to level up. And each time they level up, they generate 1 upgrade point. And these upgrade points are the ones you're going to have to use in order to actually get the upgrades inside the core. And what's cool is the fact that if you actually get the you call the next wave early, so you start stacking, the double here, the double time, right? You start benefiting also from double speed for the core, exactly as a miner, right? Exactly as a miner, if you call the next wave early, you can stack the double mining time, right? In the exact same way, you can stack this double time to the cores. And so you just generate the double the experience, right? Because it's just double the speed. And so yeah, it's just very nice. And I'm gonna just keep on playing here a little bit so you guys can see how cores work. And you have to be especially careful on cores to look at the arrows, because I don't know if you can see well, but there are a lot of arrows, right? And arrows are very important because they are gonna tell you already which is the order in which you have to get the upgrades to unlock them. So for example, see here, I already generated 7 upgrade points, right? But see that I can only get 2 upgrades from the core. This one or this one. So you only have to start from 1 point. And then after you get an upgrade, right, the next upgrades that are unlocked are gonna be highlighted. You can see, for example, see the arrow here? So that means after getting this upgrade, I can only get this one. And if I get this one, you can find the cost on the bottom right corner. So that's the cost of upgrade points. And for example, if I get this one, then I can get this too. So all the upgrades are gonna be limited to the previous one. So you cannot get whatever upgrade you want. You always have to go and follow a certain order. So if you, for example, if you're gonna unlock bonus power, right? That is one of the best and strongest upgrades that you can get in the course. You're gonna have to follow the pattern. So yeah, for example here, see the power per level until level 10 and after level 10, especially this one is the strongest one on endless, because of the fact your towers can reach and can go past a lot past level 10. And yeah, that way you just, you know, increasing as much as possible the power of your tower, so the stats at the end of the day. And yeah, you know, the stronger upgrades normally tend to cost more upgrade points. The weaker ones are gonna tend to cost less. But yeah, eventually, you know, if you play long enough on each level, you should reach the point where you just max and you get every single upgrade. And yeah, even if you reach that point, you know, the core is gonna still generate more upgrade levels. And yeah, that's just how it works. And that's it, you know, that's the mechanic of how the core works. As I said before, there are some cores that are specific to a certain level. So that means that you're only gonna find them on that particular level. For example, here in level Rumble, right? You have this unique legendary core that inside, like, see that all these upgrades are different, right? They're gonna have a different cost, and you're gonna be able to unlock these towers and to use them, right? This is a particular level where you only start with basic and sniper, and in order to place the other towers, you're gonna need to actually unlock them through the core. So yeah, that's just how it works, you know. And yeah, there are even the cores like in stage 6. If you're familiar with stage 6.3, you know already that there is here a unique core that only is, you can use it right here, right? That's going to have, again, specific upgrades, you know, just for this level. Now, talking instead about farming, you can obtain 6 different type of cores, and you can find them right here. So you have 2 very rare cores, 2 epic ones, and 2 legendary. We already seen the alpha, the delta, and the zeta core, right? Because you find them also on actual games. Instead, the other 3 type of cores, you can only get them, and you can only see the benefits from them on custom maps. That are going to be the beta core, the theta core, and the X core. Now, the cool thing about these, the cores that you can then place on custom maps, is that you can also craft them, and especially the stronger ones. See that here you can craft 1 theta core if you use 8 beta cores. The crafting here doesn't cost any green peppers or doesn't cost any additional resources. It's just the previous, so the lower rarity cores that are gonna cost in this case. And yeah, you can just craft as many as you want. And the same here goes for delta. You're gonna need in this case the alpha cores to craft the delta. And in the same way, to craft the legendary ones, you're gonna need 8 of the epic ones. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, unfortunately, if you just compare the different cores, so for example here, if I get all the different cores right together, and if we just try to compare them, there are some cores that objectively are better than others. The strongest one of all, in my opinion, is the Theta core. You have a lot of upgrades inside, bonus power, of course. Then you have something for your modifiers, range, attack speed, experience, upgrade price. Like it's a lot of very good stuff. Unfortunately, its counterpart, so the X core, only has upgrades that are specific to a certain tower. So they're only gonna affect here that specific tower, and that's it. So like you're not gonna have these benefits for all the towers, but only for certain ones. And of course, that limits a lot, right? The potential of these upgrades, because you can only have 1 core on a custom map. Like you cannot have 6 cores, you can only have 1. So you have choose the Zeta or you choose the X core. You can have both. And of course, for that reason, you know, for the fact that these upgrades are going to be only tower specific, I would argue that they're much worse. And yeah, and that's why the Zeta core is superior, right? And the same though happens for the Delta and the Theta. You can see that the Delta core is going to have general stats, right? The Theta is going to have, again, specific upgrades that only affect certain towers. So once again, that's the same reason, and that's why Delta is superior to Theta. And the same goes here to Alpha and Beta. So Alpha core having general upgrades, you know, affecting all the towers, right? Instead, the Beta core, again, just mostly are going to be tower specific, other than like this first one. So yeah, that's why, like, even on custom maps, I never recommend you to use like betas, tetas, or X cores to use these three. And of course, if you have enough alphas to craft a delta, then you can go for the delta core and you can use it. If you have enough deltas to have a zeta, then craft it and get it, because it's much stronger. And yeah, that's pretty much the overview for cores. Now, how you can obtain them, right? How you can farm them. Unfortunately, there isn't like a specific farming that you can use to get these cores. They can be obtained randomly through loot, or when you open like the chests, right? Or when you complete quests. So anytime that you you get the blueprints, right? You have a certain chance when you get the very rare ones, the epic ones, or the legendary ones to get cores. Now, unfortunately, the chance of getting through the loot or through opening chests, legendary cores is super low. I think it's pretty much at the same level of the chance of getting research tickets as legendary loot, and so it's like super low. So you'll almost never, even if you have like endless maxed and you do like 10 rounds of 6.3, in all those 10 rounds, most likely you're never gonna get a legendary core from the loot itself. So the best way to obtain these legendary cores is actually to craft them. That's the fastest way, in my opinion. Instead, talking about the epic cores and the very rare cores, you can obtain them a lot more easily through the loot. You're not gonna get that many of them. Double gain, of course, here in this case helps, because it's gonna double the amount of these cores that you get. But yeah, it's just random, so don't expect that you're gonna get like hundreds or thousands of them. Even on max endless, you can only get a bunch each time, like 2 or 4, sometimes even 6 or 8, but don't really expect to get that many more of that. And as always, it's just RNG. Some runs you're gonna be able to get more cores. For example, see here, this is a super good run, so 4 tetas, 4 deltas, 4 alphas, and 8 betas. Some other rounds instead, you might get 0, or you might get very like a lower amount. So see, for example, here 16 betas. Yeah, some other rounds instead you get very little. So yeah, unfortunately, like, there isn't a clear or better way to get them. It's just random, and especially, like, I think the epic ones, and especially the very rare ones, are far more likely to appear and to be collected as loot. Instead, the legendary ones are almost impossible, in my opinion, like to get them right away. You're always gonna need to craft them to get them. And that's it, guys. So that's the overview about cores. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and see ya. Bye bye.